Hi everyone, today we will be doing another lead code problem, which is the reverse integer. So here you are given an integer and you have to return the reverse of its digits. For example, if you have given 1 2 3, you will have to return 3 to 1. And if it's a negative number, you just need to add a negative sign towards it. And if it's 120, you need to return 21. And also they have mentioned that if it's outside of 32-bit integer range, then you need to return 0. So this is just going to be an if condition we are going to apply before we return the answer. So now let's look at the intuition as to how to solve this problem. So here I have taken an example already where we have an integer which is 123. Now what we are going to do first is convert this into a string. The reason we are converting this into a string is because it's just faster manipulation and then you will be able to get to the answer faster. You could do this in integer as well, but it will be a slower solution and it will take a lot of time. So let's just convert this first into a string. So if you convert this into a string, you will get 123 again, and we are just going to take another integer which is result, and we're just going to keep it as blank for now. So what we are going to do is we are going to start a for loop starting from the first character. So let's just write the indexes for just to be make it easy to manipulate. So it's going to be 0 1 and 2. So we are going to start from I, basically holding the first character which is 1. So what we are going to do is we are going to have r is equal to I plus r. So what essentially it's going to do is it's going to add 1 um, plus the blank character. So when we have 1 here, our result set will become as 1. Now for the next loop, it's going to pick up the next character, which is 2. So if we run this, which is I plus R, my R will become 21. Now let's move on to the third character. So this will be now become 3. So the moment it becomes 3, it's going to add 21 plus 3. So it's going to scratch that out and it will become 3, 2, 1. And then we are just going to return this as an answer. So it's a very simple solution. Let's now start coding this. As I mentioned, I'm going to take a variable which is result, which is going to be a blank variable for me, and I'm going to take nums, which is going to be the absolute value of x. The reason why I'm going to take absolute value of this is because I'm going to convert it into a string, and I cannot really, if I add a minus to it, then it's going to add a minus in the end, which I don't want. So that's why I'm going to convert this into an absolute string. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to check in the end that if x is greater than 0, then I'm going to simply return result, else I'm going to return negative of result. So this will help me return a negative value if it's a negative integer and a positive one if it's a positive integer. Now coming back to the solution, what I need to do is I want to loop with every digit or every element of the string. So I'm gonna just do for I in str of num, and what I need is just to append that. So it's going to be I plus result. So what it's doing is whatever element I pick, it's going to just add that in front of the result. So it's going to essentially reverse my string. Now once I'm done with the reversing of the string, I'm going to reconvert that into an integer, because my result that I have to send back needs to be an integer. And actually before we do this, we also need to check one condition which I mentioned over here, which is if it's the 32-bit integer range, then I need to return 0. So I'm quickly going to check if it's greater than 2 raised to power 31, then I'm just going to return 0. So now let's just run this. It is accepted. Let's submit it. And see, it's a pretty decent solution. Thanks for watching the video.